Oi, bruv, are you mad? UFC London. It's going down this weekend. I apologise for that. I'm going to be giving my full card predictions and breakdown for all of the fights on the card. It's a fucking belter of a card, isn't it, mate? This is going to be going down at about 3 a.m. Australia time, so I'm looking forward to that. I may or may not be live. We'll see what happens. But yeah, the card's actually real good. There's some prospects, there's some ranked fights, there's some blobs, there's some women, you got a mix of everything. What's there not to love? So yeah, we're going to be talking about the card, giving my predictions and breakdown. If you haven't already, go check out my latest video before this one, which was a most mentally unwell UFC fighters tier list. I actually found myself featured on some Instagram meme pages accounts, so that was pretty cool. People seem to be liking that video. So anyway, subscribe for more content like that and more predictions, because I'm doing pretty well with the picks. Not recently. Recently the picks have been retarded for everyone, but I started the year pretty strong. So yeah, we're going to start off with the early prelim, go all the way to the main event. And yeah, let's get started with the first fight of the night. So to start off, they're actually chucking a good fight, very good fight, on the first prelim of the night. Guram Kutateladze versus Quay Fernandez. I am going to be picking Guram. I'm picking him confidently. Now look, can you ever say Guram is a confident pick? No. But I do like this. I mean, for Guram standards, increased activity, last fought in August, now fighting in March. Some people may be like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's like 7 months. I say 7 months for Guram is like a fucking 2-week turnaround for Kevin Holland, Like, that's the level of activity that the Guram's running at on this 7-month turnaround, right? After that close win over Jordan Vucenic, also on this card. I do still think Guram's good. Now, the Weasel about 2 years ago had this man as a future top 10 lightweight. I never bought it. I picked him against Elvis Brenner. I've picked him in pretty much all of his fights. But he's just never looked that impressive. Like, there's this idea around Guram that he's just some maestro fucking unbeatable technician. But it's like I call him a technique masher. Because he's got all the technique, but just too weak, you dig? Like, that's the Shakespearean analysis of fucking Guram Kutateladze, because he's got all of the skills. He's like a Sandhagen in a way, but just less effective. Like, he's got all the skills. He looks really nice throwing his punches and his kicks. He looks really technical, but at some point there's like, you're a bit too technical. And that's what we saw with the Elvis Brenner fight, where he just kind of got out-dogged and Brenner put it on him. Vucenic was able to drop him. So if you kind of just be like, fuck you, I'm not having a range kickboxing match with you, you can beat him. Unfortunately for Quay Fernandez, I think he's going to be stuck at a range kickboxing match, because that is his style. It's kind of, he's got that karate stance, rangy striking style. Now, maybe he really shows up and impresses here. I was looking forward to his fight with Jared Gordon. He pulled out of that, so that's where I'm confused. Like, he pulled out of the Gordon fight, but now he's fighting on this card. Like, it must not have been a major injury, but I was actually going to pick him to beat Gordon, but I think Guram's a big step up from Jared Gordon, so I don't see Quay Fernandez being able to just light up Guram like he was able to do Muhammad Yahya. Muhammad Yahya's a fucking bum, and Quay Fernandez, he did get out-grappled and lose to Mark Chikasi, so I think the striking will be competitive, and if Guram's smart, he will just take Quay Fernandez down. So I do see Guram winning this using grappling, especially 29-28, maybe even a 30-27. I think I back him here to get this one done. And as you can see, they're the confident picks above 70%, so this is a confident pick for me. I'm running at 83% for the year on confident picks, and I'm running at 65% overall. Again, the last few cards have brought me down. I was actually at 70%, I believe, after the UFC 312 card, I want to say. And then the picks from there, the Cannonier card, the Song Yadong card, the Almabayev card, the Pro card. We had a good first half of first 5 cards of the yearish, and then the next couple have been a bit mid. But even the Cannonier card was actually okay on picks. But yeah, some of these, I don't think many people have been doing well on picks recently. UFC Predictions Tracker tracks all of the channels, and I haven't seen many people doing consistently really well. Like, you'll see some one-off weeks of guys getting like 10 from 11 on picks or some shit, but like, for the most part, people are looking a bit mid on picks. So yeah, anyway, let's move on to the next fight. Next up, we got Callan Loughran versus Nathan Fletcher. I'm going to be going with Nathan Fletcher. I can't trust Callan Loughran to win fights. He just looks mid consistently against people who aren't even that good. Like, I can excuse the Taylor Lapilus loss. Like, Lapilus is really good. I don't know why he was cut. Apparently he wasn't cut. Apparently he's just renegotiating his contract, which would make more sense. But if he was cut, that's retarded. But no, that's not a bad loss. But he lost to fucking Jake Hadley, bro. Like, Jake Hadley, just mid-level, unranked flyweight, moves up and just schools this guy on the feet. And then proceeds to lose his next fight to fucking debuting Cameron Smotherman and get cut immediately. Like, Jake Hadley's a bomb, and he schooled Loughran on the feet and, like, won comfortably. And Loughran just doesn't do anything. His little blockhead, little fused, his entire body is, like, fused together. He's got no fucking mobility in his joints. I reckon he'll be on the center line to get tagged. And I also think Fletcher's got a grappling edge. He also won a fight on the amateur scene against him, I believe. So, yeah, I'll back Nathan Fletcher to win. Not an exhilarating contest to start the night. Or at the start of the card. Anyway, let's move on to the next fight. Next up, we got Shauna Bannon, this fucking clapped Molly McCann reskin, versus Anshul Jubilee's wife. Do not redeem, sir. I tried to like make the accent slightly Indian accent, the do not redeem a little bit more feminine. It's hard to do, you know. You just want to go, do not redeem, sir. Like, that's just what you want to do. But it's harder to make it sound more female. But anyway, Pooja Tomar, I cannot trust this woman to win. She's like 4'9". She's got like a 120 centimeter fucking reach. she's rocking a fucking 52-inch reach, bro. Bannon's shit. Don't get me wrong. Tomar's also not good. Look, could I see Tomar winning this off aggression? Yes. Because she does make loud noises when she throws kicks. So in women's MMA, there's going to be a whole lot of nothing going on. So now you might say, oh, you'd women's MMA or close fights, decision, lean the hometown advantage, you know. And that would lead towards Pooja Tomar. Obviously, you know, the demographic of England right now. She's got that hometown advantage. She got the bias judging. But no, in all seriousness, I did no breakdown. I watched no tape for this fight. I just vaguely remember both of their fights. Bannon's not good. I'm not picking. What's the reach disadvantage? Because in women's MMA, when neither of them know what they're doing, I'll back a reach advantage. Because even if the person's landing nothing, if they're literally just, this is something you can't deny. If someone with a reach advantage, especially in women's MMA, just looks like they're doing some feints and stuff, it doesn't matter if they're landing shots. It's like, oh look, they're in control of the fight because they're holding them at the end of their reach. Shauna Bannon has a 16 centimeter. That's about 6 inches. I got more than that, obviously. So I know roughly what that translates to. But Pooja Tomar's rocking a 149.9 centimeter reach. I'm not picking. What's that in inches? 149.9 centimeters to inches. 59-inch reach is ridiculous. If your reach starts with a 5, that's nuts. I'm not picking you to win. And you're Indian as well. Get out of here. Anyway, let's move on to the next fight. We got an interesting one here. This card's got a mix of everything. I think, is every division featured on this card? I believe so. We got two women's fights. I think we got a women's strawweight fight. And is the McCann fight at strawweight or flyweight? Who knows? But we got two women's fights. We got flyweight with Kavanagh. We got featherweight. So we got bantamweight with the Fletcher Loughran fight. We got featherweight with Wood Charrier. We got lightweight with Herbert Padilla. We got welterweight with obviously the main event. We got middleweight with this fight here, CLD. We got light heavyweight with the co-main, and then we got heavyweight. So every single male division is represented on this card. We love to see it. And yeah, I'm going to be. Who am I picking? What fight is this? Wait. CLD. I'm picking CLD to win. I just had to catch up to where my screen was, but I'm picking the Roadman to win. Dude is going to go out there, get a second round TKO with elbows to the back of the head and just be like, bro, that's a fucking 50k bonus, mate. What you reckon, lad? Like, Dana, run us the fucking 50 grand, mate. I don't even know what he sounds like. That's an awful impression. But he's going to go out there, bing, bang, and bosh, you know, that's mad. Man said no bonus, yeah? Are you nuts, fam? Chunks is going to go out there, wrap up that TKO. I reckon Andre Pulayev, I don't know, he's a bit of a bum. Just random spawned NPC fucking Contender Series guy. Like, no, everyone was like, oh, Kevin Vallejos off Contender Series. Oh, Kavanagh off these guys off Contender Series, right? Absolutely fucking no one remembers this dude's Contender Series fight. No one. Can you name his Contender Series opponent? Didn't think so. I can name multiple of these guys. I can name Vallejos, he fought Cam Teague, you know. I can name these guys. I can name Sean Gauchi fought on Contender Series and didn't get a contract. Artem Vadakov fought I actually can't remember. What's his name? Marco Tullio fought this French name Duclos or whatever. I can remember these guys' fights. No one knows who the fuck this dude fought. No one knows how the fight went. He just won and just spawned into the UFC. So I'm picking CLD to win. He's a big favourite. I'll go with a lock. It's hard to lock CLD because he does look mid as fuck. But, like, at least he survived to a decision against Robocop. Like, that's a decent look. Robocop was giving Cannonier problems, you know. Petrosian fight was close. He was just being goofy as fuck. Like, I think if he fights not fully retarded, he's just so physical. I back him to win here. Anyway, let's move on to the next fight. Next up, we got Mick Porkin. I'm picking Mick Porkin to win. Now, my initial lean when this came out was like, Tybora fraud checks him, takes him down, beats him up. And then I kind of thought about it, and this just seems like the typical fight where one guy's just got the quicker hand, and at heavyweight, hand speed is going to mean so much. Like, at light heavyweight or middleweight or welterweight, lightweight, you could be not the quicker guy and you can do well, right? I truly believe if you are like considerably quicker with the hands than your opponent, you are going to just look so good on the feet. Like, I reckon Mick Parkin's going to go out there looking like some fucking generational striker, bro. Like, this guy's going to go, Slick Mick is going to go out there popping the jab, and Tybora's not going to know what's going on. Tybora got rocked and was getting tagged up by fucking Taco Bell to Ivasa. Like, Uber Eats delivery fucking obesity maxing to Ivasa, already on a 3-fight loss streak. Not like Tuivasa removed from the Garn fight, right? Like, he fought fully all the way cooked, all the way spherical Tai Tuivasa, and he was getting tagged on the feet. Like, yes, he subbed him and took him down. I don't think, like, Parkin's training with Aspinall, again, does that mean he's going to be as good as Aspinall? No. But do I think, like, training with that big heavyweight gym they got in the UK there, which is specifically designed just for heavyweights, right? They don't let small guys train with them. Not with them in particular. Aspinall's got his system there. I think Mick Parkin will be across the grappling. He's got takedowns in his own fights. I don't think he'll need to do that here. He'll keep it on the feet. But yeah, especially in England, they want another heavyweight guy. He is undefeated, so yeah, there is a worry with the amount of undefeated fighters they've been losing this year. But I'll back Porkin to win. This could age terribly. This could age like milk, and we'll get those comments spammed down below on the recap video. Which I'll be doing very sleep deprived at about 8 AM Australia time after no sleep the night before. But Porkin, yeah, I reckon he's just got quicker hands, and Tybora's getting tagged in like all of his fights. Like, Tai Tuivasa's tagging him, Janice is rocking him and tagging him. Everyone, like, this dude got fucking finished on the feet by Augusto Sakai, bro. Like, TKO lost to Augusto Sakai. It's a terrible look. I just cannot trust. He got done quick. I know Aspinall's got power. Am I saying Mick Parkin's going to KO him? No. He could finish him. He did get a KO in his last fight. But, again, Mick Parkin in London's leveling up, you know. He's gaining aura. He's not just some fat NPC. He's actually, like, got some story to him, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I just think he'll be too quick. You know how, like, Aspinall, it wasn't even the power. It was, like, how quickly he was able to fucking land a 1-2 on the time that Tybora was just, like, trying to exit from an exchange. I don't think Parkin's that quick, but I think he's even if he's half that quick, I still think he can beat Tybora to the punches and keep it on the feet. Because Tybora's grappling isn't that good. Like, bro, he's got like a 33% takedown accuracy. Like, he doesn't get that many takedowns on anyone that isn't just an absolute bum. So yeah, I'll pick Porkin to win. Let's move on though to the next fight. Next up, Lorna Kavanagh versus Felipe Dos Santos. Kavanagh, I do think is really good. Now, did he look phenomenal in his last fight? No. But he still looked very good. Like, his technique looked good. And I think people just expect these prospects to just come in and just get finishes. And if they don't, they're like, oh, they're a bum. Like, Kavanagh looked good. Jose Ochoa is actually a good fighter, right? I even think Ochoa might be even better than Dos Santos. Like, everyone's kind of gets fooled by Dos Santos just because he, like, lost a 30-27 decision to Manel Cap on short notice and just didn't get finished and put some output out there. But, like, he won a robbery decision against Victor Altamirano and he got tuned up at range by Lima. Again, Lima's real good. I think Lima would beat Kavanagh, obviously, if they fought. But I think Kavanagh can do a similar sort of thing. He's got way better technique. He's just a more, like, conditioned dude. Like, he's a more well-trained guy. Again, UK advantage. He'll get the decision if it's close, 100%. They need UK flyweights. You know, Makayev is Makayev and Hadley's a bum. So that they're desperate for UK flyweights there. They're going to get him the win if it's close. And even though I don't think it'll be close. I think he'll tune up. He'll be quicker than Dos Santos. I think he'll better output, better accuracy. I think he's better everywhere. I'm pretty confident in Kavanagh. Again, it is difficult. Again, undefeated. Could be a worry. But I reckon the undefeated fighters make it through this card for the most part. Let's move on though to the next fight. Next up, we got Jai Herbert versus Chris Padilla. Chris Padilla seems to be everyone's sort of darling dog of the week. Now he's like plus 100, so he's not like a big underdog. But I'm seeing AJ MMA experts, dude. He's cool. Go subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. He's got good picks for the most part, apart from last week. But no, shout out AJ. He's cool. But he's got Chris Padilla as his savage dog lock of the week. I'm seeing people picking Chris Padilla. I think Guru's picking him. I think some other people are picking him. I'll go with Jai Herbert. Now, am I being like, oh, everyone's overrating Chris Padilla, Jai Herbert's going to school him? No. I just back Jai Herbert's technique a little bit. Now, the worry is that he doesn't fight aggressively at all, and Padilla just wins based on output. That is the worry, and I do kind of get that vibe. But, again, UK guy in the UK. Obviously, it's not their preference to rob it for Jai Herbert, but I think he had a split with Ziam, which he clearly lost. But that ended up being a split. These close fights go to him, and he's got danger. He did drop Rolando Bedoya. Rolando Bedoya got robbed arguably against Chaos Williams, right? From memory, how that fight went. He dropped him. He's got good. If he can hold up the output, the thing is his technique is really good. He had a draw with Ludovic Klein. People forget, man, that's a really good fight to have on your record. Klein is considerably better than Chris Padilla. Chris Padilla is having a competitive striking match with Rong Ju, and then lands an elbow and then immediately fights. It was competitive. It wasn't real one-sided traffic. Bang, lands an elbow, done. Cool. I'd say he was slightly outdoing Rong Ju on the feet. But again, Jai Herbert's going to have way bigger reach advantage. Let's see what the reach will be. He's a real lanky fucking dude. We have to check this. Jai Herbert, Chris Padilla. Okay, it's not as much as I thought. It's only about 8 centimeters, so not too big of a reach advantage. But he fights to use it well. It's gonna look like he's got a good reach advantage here. He keeps guys at range. He's got good technique. I could see this looking similar at a concept to Chidi Njokuani versus Dos Santos. Aggressive guy, kind of needs to push the pace a little bit. Might get caught coming in. I just think Herbert's cleaner, and I think I back my call that these range strikers do a good job of getting decisions based off of it looks like they know what they're doing. They're throwing disciplined shots, nice technical jabs. It's they look like they know what they're doing. They look like they're in control. Even if they're not landing anything significant, it makes it look better. That's how easy one half of his fucking title defense is. So I'll pick Jai Herbert close. I'm not confident. Again, this is not a confident call, but I think he outdoes Chris Padilla here. I've been a chronic Chris Padilla fader here. I've never picked him in the UFC. I picked Lontop to beat him, I believe. I picked Rong Ju to beat him, and I'm picking Herbert to beat him. So, again, you could say I'm retarded. Maybe he proves me wrong again, and might be the worst ever Chris Padilla picker in the UFC, or picker of his fights. But anyway, I do think he loses this one. Let's move on, though, to, I believe, the main card. Main card, we got Morgan Charrier versus Nathaniel Wood. I'm picking Charrier. Now, it's not 70% because, again, I can't back the judges to not just rob Charrier. Nathaniel Wood, white English fighter, somewhat of his name's the buddy. You've been in the UFC since 2018. How is your name the prospect? I don't fucking know how long he's been in the UFC for, but he's been in for a minute. He certainly ain't prospect status, bro. You're having competitive decisions with Daniel Planeta, buddy. Look, Wood is clean when he's in his flow state. He's a well-trained technical guy. But Charrier is too. And the record might deceive you, make you think he's not too good. But ultimately, he's technical. But he's got more danger, I think, than Wood. Wood's not really putting guys away. Wood's not looking real dangerous, dynamic, snappy. I back the close decision, which I thought he got robbed and I thought he won against Chepe Mariscal, than any other Nathaniel Wood win. If we're looking at Nathaniel Wood and we're trying to figure out who's this guy beat that really is impressive, what's his signature win? Now, does Morgan Charrier have a signature win? No, but he has a competitive fight with a basically top 15 caliber dude that I thought he won. But Nathaniel Wood lost to Muhammad Naimov. Again, decision over Pineda, but he's just fumbling a finish there. He wasn't able to get a finish. He beat Andre Feely, competitive, could have gone either way. I just think Charrier is better than these guys. Charles Jourdain wins, not bad. Charles Rosa win, yep, cool. Good job. Again, being in the prospects, you've been fighting in this company for 7 years, buddy. But what else? 2020, Casey Kenny beat him. Decision over Castaneda, got finished by John Dodson. I just back the finishing potential of Sharia, the dynamicism, if that's even a word. Again, he was like looking alright, kind of mid against Gabriel Miranda, and then he just catches him, puts him away. Like, he finished Manolo Zuccini, who's a bum, but again, like, Wood's not even finishing the bums. Like, Wood's taking everyone to decision, right? So, I'm going to back Sharia, more finishing potential, better technique in my opinion, dangerous, grappling as well, can mix that in. I just think Sharia is real good. Let's move on. Again, Parnas, these guys, like, these are good fighters who he's lost to on the regional scene. So, and he hasn't been finished. I don't, maybe he's finished once, back, like, way back. But I think, like, pretty much all of his losses are just competitive decisions to, like, Vucenic, Hughes, Parnas, these kind of caliber dudes, right? Anyway, let's move on to the next fight. Next up, speak of Vucenic, Jordan Vucenic fighting Chris Duncan. I got Vucenic winning by submission. Chris Duncan, he has his moments. He upset Balaj on that Paris card last year, but, like, subbed in round 1 by Manuel Torres, who isn't really that good. Like, Manuel Torres is kind of mid. And not just because he lost to a Bahamondes. Like, that's not that bad of a look. But, like, I just don't rate Torres that highly. He's lost twice, right? Both by finish. Got finished by Borshev on Contender Series. He was basically finished by Charlie Campbell as well. Got that comeback win. Manuel Torres, but, like, decision over Yanal Ashmuz, who had a broken arm. Split decision over Omar Morales. Subbed Balaj who dove into a takedown and tapped. But, like, or got put out, whatever. But apart from that, nothing he's done's impressed me. Was Vucenic, close competitive fight with Graham, which he could have won the first and second in some people's books. But, like, at least won the first, dropped him. He's got finishing potential on the feet. He's got good submissions as well. So, yeah, like, look at Vucenic's record. We have to check this. Jordan Vucenic, 13-3. Again, the losses, never been finished. I don't see him randomly getting caught in, like, a gilly or something. Losses, Graham, Paul Hughes, and some dude way back, right? But, like, Paul Hughes is real good. That was a 5-round decision. Who he also has a win over, by the way, split in a 3-rounder. But no, I back Vucenic. He's got 6 wins by submission on the record. I think that's my preferred method of victory for him to get it done. So, yeah, I got Vucenic by finish. Maybe Chris Duncan puts up a fight, but I just can't back him. Anyway, let's move on to the next fight. Next up, Molly McCann, Alexia Tainara. Now, if you thought that Tainara was the British woman here, then I wouldn't have blamed you, because that's the trend that country's the trend that country is trending in. The direction that country's trending in right now, I should say. Alexia Tainara, no, she's Brazilian, right? But again, Brazilian, butch-looking dude. Molly McCann's, like, you can tell she's a she. She's just ugly, right? Like, you can tell she's a woman, she's lesbian, right? So that gives her some points. But again, you're not masculine lesbian. Like, she's just ugly. She's just an ugly British woman, right? Where this Tainara looks like she could be some fucking Nigerian soccer player. Like, this dude looks like, this young man's got a lot of potential, as Joe Rogan said about Yasmin Lucindo. I'm going to pick Tainara to win. I'm not picking Molly McCann against, like, I would have picked her against Estela Nunes, because Estela Nunes is awful, but I wouldn't have been confident. It would have been about a 55% confidence, right, against Estela Nunes. She's a bum. She's not good. Bruna Brazil looks like a fucking generational striker against her. Stolyarenko's like 11-9, tapped her. She's not, like, cool. You sub Diana Belbita. Diana Belbita's hot, therefore she's going to be awful at MMA. It's tough. She's a very attractive woman, but no cake on her, unfortunately, but the face is tremendous. Beautiful woman. Molly McCann subbed her again. That was always going to happen. Apart from that, she spinning elbowed Luana Carolina and then ran around with a belt like a retard. Like Hannah Goldie. Like, she's not beating anyone good. Her grappling's been exposed. She's been subbed multiple times. I reckon she gets done here. Let's move on, though, to the next fight. Next up, Kevin Holland. Do you know what a 45-70 is? Versus Gunnar Nelson. Gunny Nelson. I can't fucking pick. It's difficult, right? Because should anyone be confident picking Kevin Holland against anyone decent? No. Like, you'd have to name some bum fighters for me to be like, yeah, I would confidently pick Holland to beat them. I just have it's just vibes. I just got the vibe that Holland's going to get Nelson out of there early. Like, he's been on such a shit run. There's no way he loses again. That's my thought process. Again, it's terrible analysis, right? No tape study has been done. I watched back the Brian Barberina fight. But, like, again, Gunnar Nelson's wins are not good. Like, Holland hasn't been many people good, but at least he does it impressively against, like, some half-decent guys. Like, Chiesa was kind of washed, right? But Chiesa beat Max Griffin, finished him. So, like, in hindsight, it's not an awful win. But, like, Gunnar Nelson, let's check his record. Gunny Nelson, alright? What's he up to? 36 years of age again. Can I back him to, like, look really good here, coming off another 2-year fucking layoff? We're in for our biannual fucking, or once every 2 years, Gunnar Nelson fight, right? He's 19-5. Been in the UFC since 2012, by the way, and he's fought like 12 times. But like wins: Brian Barberena, Takashi Sato, Alex Oliveira, Alan Joban. Like, I'm naming no one good. All right, Omari Akhmedov in 2014 is like the most notable name on his resume. But like lost to, like, again, he loses decisions, but like Ponzi got him out of there. If Ponzi's KOing you, I reckon Holland, if he's on here, can be dynamic enough. I reckon Holland shows up good. Again, am I confident? No. Is it a very real possibility that Holland goes out there, gets taken down, slaps his ear on bottom and says, "Come on, man, let me up, fool." Does like, "I ain't into all this grappling shit, bro," and just like get subbed. That is a real possibility, but I don't think Gunnar Nelson's as physically imposing as a Dolidze or a Rainier Derrida or a Hamzat Chimaev, or a Marvin Vittori, or a Derek Brunson. Like, these are the guys that are like, he has been outstruck, right? Like, Wonderboy JDM outstruck him, but like, in terms of the grappling, I don't see Gunny outstriking him, obviously. Gunnar Nelson's at a 9-inch reach advantage, 21 centimeters, which translates to 9 inches. Obviously, I've had to look up that measurement for other things. But no, Kevin Holland, 9-inch reach advantage. If you can't KO this dude on the feet, it's washed. It's wraps. So I'm gonna back him to get the win here. Get Gunnar Nelson out of there early. He'll be like, he's not gonna be that good. Like, once he gets into the grappling, if he does, it'll be a bit worrying. But like, Holland's grappling it's not good. It's not awful. Like, he has moments of decent grappling, right? Like, he was rolling with arms up. I think he can flow a little bit here if he does get taken down. And again, he's got those dasses and shit. Do I think he subs Nelson? No, obviously. But like, can he threaten some shit, get out of the positions? I believe so. So I'm going to pick Kevin Holland to win via 45-70% chance. Let's move on to the next and the co-main event. Next up, Carlos Ulberg, Jan Blachowicz. The odds are crazy, but I kind of see it. Now, I didn't want to put that confidence up 5% more, because for me to call Ulberg a lock would just be disingenuous. Like, for me to say that with a straight face that the Ulberg that fought Ozdemir would beat the Blachowicz that fought Pereira, like, that's just incorrect. It wouldn't happen, right? Like, Blachowicz would win. I don't think we're getting anywhere close to that Blachowicz. He's 42, I believe. He's coming off like a year and a half fucking layoff, like 19-month layoff, shoulder surgeries, injuries, all this. He's been talking like it's like probably if he loses, it's his last one. He might be done, even win or loss this weekend. If he looks mid and scrapes a win, I could still see him retiring. Is his heart all the way in it? Probably not. Is he probably just coming back because he doesn't want to end on some split decision that everyone's just going to just forget about? He probably wants to go out there and just be like, "Alright guys, I'm officially retired." Like, if former champion Blachowicz just randomly one day, like in fucking January, he's like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm done, guys. I'll pack it up." Like, everyone's gonna be like, "Damn, oh, what the fuck?" But like, he wants to probably give an interview, like give his post-fight speech, win or lose, go out. I think Blachowicz is done after this fight, or maybe if things go perfectly for him, he fights one more. But no, I think Ulberg's a little bit too quick, bit too dynamic at this stage. Blachowicz is good. He's got low kicks. He can have success there. He has grappling success. Again, I'm talking prime Blachowicz though. Are his reactions going to be good? Doubtful. Is he physically going to be able to hold up? Doubtful. Ulberg's grappling defense ain't bad either. Like, his only loss is when he gassed the fuck out against Kennedy and Njogogu and got finished. But like, apart from that, he's looked pretty solid. Even in performances where he's had off nights against Darwin Jung, he's still got it done. He finds finishes, finds check hooks. Is he going to finish Blachowicz? Blachowicz would have to be a different level of washed for that to happen, in my opinion. But I don't know. I just got a feeling Ulberg wins. I'd like to see Blachowicz get it done. There is like the chance that does seem like that typical co-main event spot of just like the "your muster forgot" and Blachowicz gets the win. Could see it, and that's why I'm not calling Ulberg a lock. But again, I cannot trust a 42-year-old man. Again, I just picked 40-year-old Zaleski dos Santos because I was like, oh, but he's a gritty vet and he'll push a pace. Like, I'm not just gonna pick gritty vets via craft maxing, as Lucas Tracy would say. Like, I can't just pick craft maxing and fucking experience experience versus inexperience as a reason. Like I have to act like when this dude's injured, coming off again. I just picked against Vettori because I was worried about the injury. Did the injury play a factor? Maybe. Again, Blachowicz, is he going to be fucking swinging for the fences with those arms? Probably not. Is he going to be as quick with the punches? Probably not. So I got Olberg winning decision. Could see him maybe finishing him if Blachowicz is that cooked. So I wouldn't confidently play a prop side here. I'd go maybe like fight to start round 2 would be pretty confident for me. But anyway, that'll do it. Let's move on though to the main event. Next up, we got Sean Brady, Leon Edwards. I'm going to be going with Sean Brady. Now, is this like a, bruv, the fuck are you talking about, left lane? You fucking idiot, bruv. Shut the fuck up, bruv. Why are you picking Sean Brady? He's a fucking bomb. Now, Brady's mid at some aspects, right? Like, his striking still concerns me immensely. And if he was fighting a Shavkat, or if he was fighting a Buckley, or if he was fighting a JDM, or if he was fighting a Carlos Praches, let me talk about this kid, he's badass, right? Like, if he's fighting these guys that can land with power on the feet and impose their will, even if fucking Usman could, like, push a pace on him and TKO this guy, right? But I can't rate Leon's defensive grappling. Like, it's been okay at times, but, like, if you pressure him, again, if Brady tries to range strike with Leon and then shoot these laboured, like, telegraph takedowns, he's going to lose. Leon will keep it on the feet, because Leon's takedown defense isn't awful. And this might, like, I think even though Brady's the favourite, I think if you pick Leon and he loses, you're going to look less dumb than if you pick Brady and he loses. Because if you pick Brady and he loses, you're going to be like, bro, why the fuck do you think he was going to do what Belal did? He's clearly not as good as Belal. And you're like, fair enough. I don't know, Brady, I rate his grappling and he's got jiu-jitsu. Like, people are being like, if you think Brady takes Leon down, my question for you is, like, do you think Leon gets up? Leon, chronic giver-upper of the back. He goes to his knees every fucking time to get up, gives up his back. I'm calling over under fucking 4 cage grabs in this fight with with no points deducted. I'm calling about 2 eye pokes, nut shot or 2, 4 cage grabs, and probably a glove grab without a point taken. So Sean Brady's going to be up against it this weekend. Mark on it. Hey, buddy, don't fucking stick your fingers in the fence, mate. Listen here, don't make me enforce the rules. Like, that's what we're going to be getting here. Don't make me do my job. Like, that's what we're going to be getting here with this main event. Leon Edwards, certified vet of the cheating game. He knows what he's doing. He can hack the system, you know. But I just think Brady's grappling is real good. Like, he looked good against Burns. I know, was that a great version of Burns? No. But, like, which version of Burns recently has been great? Like, he was injured against Belal, so we're going to give him credit for that. Belal, that is, no. Like, JDM, like, we don't have to. I wouldn't, personally. JDM finished him, looked impressive with the finish, but his grappling defense didn't look good. Burns, and the thing is, Burns was getting takedowns. Burns was looking okay. Burns was, like, actually landing on the feet. Now, maybe that TKO loss really put a seed of doubt in Burns' mind, made him not as aggressive on the feet, which is why Brady was able to just kind of blitz forward with combos. But again, Brady can fight with aggression here, and he should, and he needs to as well. If he fights on the back foot, Leon's going to just kick him at range and win, and we're in for a shit fight. Like that, it's either way. Now, decision I do still think is more likely, but just for the fun of it, I'll say sub. Because again, if Belal has your back twice in a fight for like 4 minutes at a time, right, and he's like fishing for a rear naked, Belal Muhammad, known decision merchant, right, compared to Sean Brady, who actually has finishes, I'm going to back Sean Brady. Like, Southern Fat Gastelum is alright, it's somewhat impressive. But the Burns fight I liked, and even the Belal fight was competitive, and it was like, they're just back and forth on the feet, right? Like, it was sort of just a shit version of, like, Colby Usman, right? Like, they're just 2 wrestlers that just aren't grappling each other. And then randomly Brady got caught and just quit. But, like, do I think Leon cracks him like that? No. Again, saying that Belal hits hard on Leon, like, no. But, like, is Leon going to put on that aggression or that pressure to actually land anything of significance? No. The most damage Leon's going to be doing is low kicks at range. If Brady just says, fuck you, and just shoots, I think he has a lot of success. Brady takes the back. Brady can actually, like, he's got jiu-jitsu. I think he's got better actual control on the ground than Belal. Mate, I think Belal's pure wrestling is better. Brady's jiu-jitsu is better. And I'd say control time is relatively even. Jiu-jitsu, like, passing and moving between positions, I'd say is on the favour of Brady. This dude just, like, lay and pray stalls Craig Jones to a win in grappling. Like, that's impressive. When he's on top, he's solid. I don't think Leon gets up. Usman has shit jiu-jitsu. Usman does not hold anyone down to save his life. Colby looked mid as fuck and was washed, so I don't even consider that impressive from Leon. And yeah, I don't know. I think the resume of Leon is kind of overrated. Like, the Usman fight for Leon was good, right? But is that a similar fight to Brady? I think, again, as I said, Brady, I think, has got better ground control. He's going to be a bit more aggressive here. Usman was coming off. Like, Usman, when he was fighting aggressive, was whooping Leon's ass. And then he fought way more tentative and spent so much more time on the back foot in the trilogy. So I think Leon gets a loss here. I think Brady gets the win. Maybe even gets him out of there with a sub. So I'll go Brady. Those are my picks on screen. You guys can see them there. I hope you enjoyed. I yap for these pick videos all the time. I'll see if I'm live or not. 3 a.m. It's a tough call. Absolute tough. I think it's 4 a.m. prelim. Yeah, I would rather it just be 1 a.m. prelim and then it just goes throughout the whole night. No, I gotta make the decision whether I stay up or like go to bed for like 4 hours and then wake up. In which case I'll be even more tired waking up from 4 hours of sleep. So yeah. Anyway, drop some more video ideas. You guys want to see some more cooked tier lists that I could do. And anyway, goodbye, bro. Have a fucking fantastic day and a cup of bicarbonate soda. See you later, guys. Goodbye.